Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. I gotta confess, before I met these next two guests, I thought Starbucks was a great cup of coffee, but I got schooled. I got schooled by Rusanna, Craig, and Bill DeWhitt with Mystical Coffee. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell us the story. We'll start with you, Bill. How did Mystical Coffee come to be?
Well, I've always had a passion for coffee. You know, growing up as a kid, you wake up, mom has the Folgers, the Maxwell House. My dad was in construction, so we always had coffee on the job sites. I became a software developer, couldn't drink Coke, just tore me up. Mm-hmm. So started drinking coffee, especially when you got those 3-day, development sessions going. So from there, spent 25 years in IT, and then I retired. Essentially, so it's kind of interesting. Your last segment, I'm listening to that, going, "Oh yeah, feel the pain, feel the pain," But from there, had that passion. Took some time off, traveled the world a little bit, came back and went, "I love coffee," and people just don't understand good coffee,
right?
And what it takes and what's involved, and so. Big part of what we wanted to get into was introducing good coffee to folks so they can enjoy it, understand it, get educated about it.
And when we talk about a fresh cup of coffee, your coffee is just like right out of the roaster. Is that right, Rusanna?
That is right. What we do is we partner with independent roasters, and they buy their own bean for us and roast into our mixes. And we also partner with roasters in our coffee club, mysticalcoffeeclub.com. And we do feature a new roaster each month.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does the coffee club work?
Well, essentially through the coffee club, you can go out to the site, mysticalcoffeeclub.com. We'll keep mentioning that all through the segment.
Sure. Absolutely.
And we have 3 different levels. You have a silver, gold, platinum level. Mm-hmm. Pick the one that's best suited for you. And every single month, you'll start getting bags of coffee delivered to your door from Mystical Coffee as well as from one of the other independent roasters. And what's nice about this is that the roasters are picking out that coffee and they're roasting it, bagging it inside of 1 hour. So it's roasted, within 1 hour it's bagged and then shipped. And so it's to your door within 5 to 7 business days.
Wow.
So it's not like what you're going to get at the store where it may sit on the it's scary when you look at, the grocery store and you look at those bags and it says, you can use it up until February 2016.
Right.
It's pretty stale at that point.
Well, I compare it to the baking world. The difference between fresh bread and bread that's been around for a while. Mm-hmm. And even the stuff that's on the store shelves, there's a lot of preservatives in there to keep it fresh, so to speak. But with Mystical Coffee, you guys are really passionate about excellence, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's our whole thing. It's all about the bean, from the bean to the roaster, finding the best farmers to work with, finding the best roasters to work with, going through that whole process, and then even educating people on the different ways you can make coffee, from using an AeroPress, a French press, pour overs. I mean, on and on it goes.
Rusanna, let's get you involved again. So one of the things that impresses me most about both of you is that you're passionate about coffee, and it's almost like a person who knows the difference between a great wine and an inexpensive wine. I mean, do you have to educate a person's palate to appreciate a great cup of coffee?
Absolutely. Back in the 70s, it was we are in the time where coffee is growing like the wine industry did back in the 70s. We always used to drink the box wine, the Ernest and Gallows and everything.
That was good stuff back in the day.
Heck yeah. So, but now, and thanks to Starbucks, they started bringing the world, getting them prepared for a company like ours, that when they were really presented with a good cup of coffee, they recognized it. Coffee without bitterness, no that aftertaste that makes you reaching for a piece of gum.
Right.
The smoothness, the different qualities. I mean, a coffee bean's quality comes from the region it's grown in, the Was it a dry season? Was it a wet season? What's the altitude it's grown in? And the and expertise of the farmers, which the farmers and the roasters are really the rock stars of the coffee industry. That people just the coffee doesn't come from your grocery store.
Right. Well, in terms of kind of quality control and making sure that you always have the best beans, talk about the process. How do you go about finding your roasters? How do you go about researching the right bean?
Well, we actually have a roaster advisory board. So we work with several roasters here. One of the roasters we work with up in Richardson, he's what they call Q certified. It's in the wine business. You have sommeliers and they have various levels. It took this gentleman 17 years to get to that certification level for coffee. And he travels all over the world to visit the farms. And so through the advisors that we have, they help us with selecting the different roasters that we would like to work with. And it's based on how they select product, how long they've been in the industry, what they've done as far as not just coffee, but also for the environment, for the community. That's a big part of our business as well.
And when people taste it for the first time, do you enjoy seeing that reaction on their face?
Oh, we love it. I mean, I'm going to let you go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. We love seeing it. It's almost whenever we do our samplings of our coffees, we kind of stand back, hand them the coffee, stand back, and we just have this thing. We go, wait for it. And there it is, And what we've discovered over time is that people just say they don't like coffee.
Right.
What we've discovered is they don't like bad coffee. So,
and do you find that once their palate is sophisticated and they know what a great cup of coffee is supposed to taste like, they really can't go back to Starbucks, can they?
Agree.
You can't.
You can't. I mean, as our palates have changed and advanced, or we see with other folks too, it's that same thing. We'll be walking through an airport, seeing a client, and so you go and have a cup of coffee from a local roaster. And I'm not going to name names, but you have it and you're going, oh my gosh. You take one sip, set it down.
And just walk away.
It begins to happen. It's just like wine.
Right.
People, when you start having that wine, it's that same experience, or even beer. Microbreweries are so popular now.
Wow. Right. Now we're coming up on the holiday season, so I'm anticipating this is like a great corporate gift or even a gift for the family. Am I right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's something, because what's neat is with coffee, to get something every single month, and you're going to have a different roast. It's going to be from a different roaster from around the country. And to get that, it's kind of like having a Christmas present every month or a birthday present every month. And it's just fun. And for corporations, it's exciting too, because it's constantly reminding that client that, oh, this came from so-and-so.
Well, I'm sure everybody listening right now is saying, okay, this sounds great, but I can't pay $75 for a cup of coffee. What is the pricing like? How does it compare to what they're currently paying?
Well, if you look at our silver level, it's about $24.95 a month. Mm-hmm. And we go all the way up to our platinum level, which is $49.95 a month, where you're getting 4 12-ounce bags of coffee. At silver, you're getting 2 12-ounce bags. Let me use an example. People like K-Cups. Very, very popular because they're easy. But go out to Amazon sometime and just check out 12 Folgers coffee and getting 12 K-Cups. It's going to cost you about $9 for those 12 K-Cups. But you're only getting 3.7 ounces of coffee.
Right.
So you're going to spend actually $40. If you're getting the equivalent of like our Platinum Club, you're going to spend $108.
Wow.
Versus $49.95. So and yet you're getting superior coffee.
It's actually cheaper.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And I've shown people, because I do a lot of speaking engagements, where I can make coffee just as fast as turning on a K-Cup, popping that little cup in there, and going forward. It takes me about 30 more seconds.
I love the name. Okay, where did Mystical Coffee come from?
Well, one of the partners we had, he was dating a lady, and he always talked about her mystical blue eyes.
Right.
So that's kind of where Mystical Coffee came from.
It's a beautiful name. I mean, and when you taste it, as a big fan, I mean, it is. It's like you're transported to whatever country the bean came from.
Yeah, and that's what we're really trying to do, is create a journey, create an experience for people that they can go out and enjoy and have that moment in the morning or sometime maybe in the afternoon where they can step back and just take that 3 minutes to make their coffee, have that experience, enjoy it, and think about something else.
Okay, give us the website and the 3 levels again.
Well, it's mysticalcoffeeclub.com. You have our silver level, gold, and platinum levels. The other thing is, too, and I want to quickly mention, is we're really into charity. Mm-hmm. So when part of the founding of the company was all about charity and being able to, and creating the mechanisms to be able to give back. So we work with a lot of charities, and we love giving, and we actually have it where you can put in a code for any charity. So what we'll do is you can put in that charity's code, and we love to give 10% back to those charities.
That's awesome. This was a great segment. Rusanna, you get the last word. What would you like to leave the listener with?
Oh, well, that Bill kind of stole my thunder a little bit, because it is our heart of giving back to the community and working with the charities, and it's a win-win for everybody. They buy coffee in and they buy coffee out, so why not support your favorite charity while doing that? Wow. So, but we do love doing that for charities and giving back to the community.
Rusanna Craig and Bill DeWhitt with mysticalcoffeeclub.com. Thanks again for being on the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
When we come back, if you're a small business owner, large business owner, or even an employee, this is a segment you have to listen to. It can make a big difference in your life.